Hello everyone, it's Melinda here with CatSmashPuzzles, and today we're doing another video on the Super Saturday event that is sponsored by SpeedPuzzling.com. And this event was set on August 30th, and I got to participate in my second Super Saturday event. Now, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out my May mini tournament video. That'll be episode 21. I'll have a link of it below as well, so you can kind of see how the Super Saturday was set up and how it was formatted. I do kind of want to just go over that a little bit, but I think on this video, I'm just going to kind of tell you how I did, what changed from the May event, and just do a quick recap of how I did my process for each section of the event. So what changed from the May mini tournament to the August mini tournament? Well, for our location in the DFW area, we went from the Hearst location to Plano, and therefore it was a little bit of a longer drive for me to get up there, but it was closer to some of my family members, and they got to see me in action, so I was kind of excited to see that. Now, when we arrived, it was rainy. It was the event venue where it was at was actually closing down. It was kind of their last day to, have this event, so it was a little hard to find at first, but we found it, got my puzzles out, the puzzle swap, and basically prepared to get started with the first event, which is the solo event. So again, the Super Saturday events are split up into 3 sections. They have solo, pairs, and teams, and so I participated in all 3 because I enjoy all 3 and want to see how well I did. Now, my last Super Saturday tournament, I got first place in each section, so I'm going to have a hard time beating that because I can't, but this was a little different. Christina was actually not there with me, and so I actually had a new pairs partner and a new team, and a lot of them were local, so it actually worked out well. We got to practice a little bit, so I figured, let's see how it goes. That's one thing about pairs and teams especially, is you get to puzzle with different people. So I was actually kind of happy about that, especially one of my teammates, Rachel, she's actually not far from me, so I can go to her place and practice when we feel like doing so. So it's actually kind of fun. So I'll get into the pairs and teams once I get to that section, but this video, I think I'm simply just going to tell you how I did afterwards, what was my strategy, and a couple of things that happened during the event that I thought was kind of funny. So first things first was a solo event, and it was a 300-piece puzzle. This one is Ravensburger Tinkerbell, so it was actually a Disney puzzle. There's a funny story with this puzzle, and I will tell you after the video. Let's smash it. I did that puzzle in 22 minutes and 22 seconds. As I said before, I have a funny story with this puzzle. I actually had done this puzzle 2 weeks prior as a pair practice with some of my friends that I was practicing with, and it was... when I opened the box, I'm like, oh no, I've done this. I just recently done this, and so I knew I was going to be super fast with it. Now, as I looked at the footage, and I remember distinctly, I was a little bit, my nerves kind of kicked in, and I just sort of was a little fumbling around. But once I got started, the puzzle came together so fast, and I was super happy to see that I finished in first place by 10 minutes. Second place was 10 minutes later, and I felt like it was a little unfair because I had done it before. And it's really hard to say how I would have done on my first attempt. I suspect I would have been the 26-minute range for this puzzle, maybe 24, but it would have been a little bit slower than the time I got at the tournament. This is actually a good puzzle as an example to not do the border first because it's a little bit harder. I wouldn't say it's super difficult, but there are quite a few green pieces that could slow you down a little bit if you did the border first. But I think this puzzle it has a lot of things going for it, so it was really quick for me to do. It had a lot of sections that were just unique enough, and I really do like Ravensburger's 300-piece puzzle because the pieces are smaller, and it's just very much easier to put together. So I got first place in the solo competition. So that was the solo event. So you had an hour to complete this puzzle, and I think majority of the people at the Plano location did finish this. I think maybe 3 or 4 people did not. So I will let you know my nationals rankings on this puzzle at the end of the video, but let's go ahead and move on to the pairs puzzle. And this is a Refreshing Pit Stop by Masterpieces, a 300-piece puzzle, and it's a Coca-Cola brand, obviously. And I was paired up with Miss Carrie, and she and I had not puzzled together before, so we actually decided to do, before we started the pair event, we actually did the Tinkerbell puzzle together and to see kind of how we fared up with each other's puzzling styles. And she and I did this puzzle in 12 minutes and 23 seconds, which is very good. But again, we did both just done this puzzle 30 minutes prior, so it was very fresh in our minds. So I figured it was kind of hard to tell how well we were together versus memorizing the puzzle we had just done. But I felt confident. We actually moved pretty well together. She organized really well. She was a faster flipper than I am. Something I still got to work on. Now, this puzzle is obviously a little bigger than the Tinkerbell one. So I will go ahead and roll that. Let's smash it.
Have you done it? I have not done it. Alright, good. Yay. Any sky, be a little sore.
We did that puzzle in 16 minutes and 34 seconds. And that got Carrie and I first place in the Plano location. We did really well, actually. We started kind of with the sky, the ground, and we just sort of met in the middle. I ended up doing the puzzle right side up, and she was upside down. And I know by the footage, you're kind of far away. I couldn't quite get the camera on top of us because of where we were located in the room. We were off in the front corner, and it was just simply hard to get the camera that was not disturbing the pair next to us. So that's kind of where the angle was, and I apologize about that, but you just kind of have to work with what you got. But I think this puzzle went really well for us. We organized, we got the puzzle. She sorted a lot of pieces for me, which helped me build the puzzle a lot faster. She also built her sections quickly as well. We just really melded well together, and I was really happy to see where we landed. And I think that, I plan to hopefully puzzle with her in the future. So this was Masterpieces, A Refreshing Pit Stop, and that was the pair puzzle. So I'm super happy to see that once again I have now gotten first place in solo and pairs. Now we move on to the teams. And the team puzzle, as you can see, I do not have it here. I will post a picture of it right here. It was a truffle puzzle. It's a 500-piece puzzle, and it was called Boston Nathaniel Hall. And funny enough, I had gone to Boston back in March, and it looked a little familiar. So I thought that was interesting. But for things about truffle is I've not done too much. Recently, I just got the USA JPA Puzzle Club's next quarter puzzles, and they're all the truffles. And truffle, I do like the piece, like the quality is very nice, but truffle, not truffle prime, is a little bit not the best with false fits. But when I saw it was a truffle puzzle, not a truffle prime, I got a little worried, and you'll see why I got a little worried. So my team consisted of Carrie, who I just paired with, Rachel, and Steven. So Steven is actually the gentleman who ran the DFW showdown that I did back in July, and he's also running the October Spookdown event, which is now USA JPA officially accredited. So I am super happy to have teamed up with him as well. So that was my new team. Rachel, Steven, and Carrie, and I. So let's see how we do with this 500-piece truffle puzzle. Let's smash it.
Are you going to see your team? I don't, if they move it to like somewhere else, I would. Not out as easily as the other one. Sky. Yeah, let's move it all.
Alright, you guys, we'll do Sky and South.
Yeah, alright.
Probably this might have some fault.
What's your
23.28.
time card?
So it's 23.28.
Thank you.
I mean, that was pretty bad.
Congratulations.
Well, we did that 500-piece puzzle in 23 minutes and 29 seconds. And that got us second place. Yeah, we didn't quite get first on this one. Another team in first got it done in about 21 and a half minutes. So, unfortunately, as I was kind of worried about when I opened up the bag, it had false fits. I was struggling with that building in that bottom right corner, and I know that everybody else was struggling. Steven actually really accelerated at that sky. He did a really good job on that. And I know Rachel was having some trouble with the buildings, and then poor Carrie got stuck with a lot of the trees in that left bottom corner. So, unfortunately, I think we had some, we hadn't practiced together too much, but I think the puzzle itself was a little more difficult than we were expecting. And due to the false fits, I got slow, and I think that kind of let my team down. And we did second place. Don't get me wrong, we did really, really well, but didn't quite get first. But that's okay. We got under 25 minutes. We did really good. And I'm just happy to puzzle with new friends and new people, and sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. Just don't give me false fit puzzles, and I'll do well. I'm actually worried about my puzzle club puzzles now. All right, so those were my 3 puzzles that I did with solo, pairs, and team. And now I'll kind of show you my national rankings. So each location has their local ratings. So I've got first, and second. And then they move it all the locations move it into a national ranking. Now, I've been trying to wait for the national rankings for pairs and teams, but it's not quite official yet. So I'm looking at the provisional rankings, and I think they're mostly in there, if not all in there, but they're not official yet. So I officially, on my 22-minute attempt here with the Tinkerbell one, I got 5th place out of almost 700 people, which is amazing. First place got it done in 16 and a half minutes, but I was not far behind 4th place, 2nd, 3rd, got it done in about 21 minutes, low 20 minutes. So I was a little bit behind them, but not much. Now, some people weren't far behind me. Like, I think 6th and 7th place were behind me, like 20 or 30 seconds at most. So it gets tight when you get up to that top part. But yeah, I was 5th place, and that's going to be hard to beat in the next time. So that was my solo run with Tinkerbell for my national rankings. Now, for the pair rankings, again, it's not official yet, but I think most of the times are in. And Carrie and I got 19th place out of 489 pairs, which is amazing. It's the 96th percentile, so that was great on that aspect. And then for the teams, Rachel, Carrie, Steven, and I got 29th place out of 245 teams. And that put us in the 88th percentile. So again, we're still up there. I'm still up there. Despite some of the slowdowns I got on that truffle puzzle, I think we did really well, and I was super excited to have my family watch me, my boyfriend help me with the camera, and it was just another fun event. I got some new puzzles from the Puzzle Swap. The Super Saturday events, I believe Jonathan might be changing them up next year, but the next 2 that will be happening, there'll be one in November, and then there'll be one in January. I know for a fact I will not be participating in the one in November. My next in-person competition will be the DFW Spook Down, but I will not be doing the November one. I think Christina will be, so she will actually see if she can get her 1st place finish. She beats me all the time on the Zoom competition, but for some reason, when it comes to in-person, I seem to do a little bit better. And then the January one, I may or may not do. I haven't made a decision yet because I am actually going on SpeedPuzzling.com's puzzling cruise in January. So I actually will be filming that event. I am super excited to go on that. I'm doing 2 cruises in a row, so this will be fun. But I'm really excited because I'm speed puzzling on a cruise. What can go wrong? I don't get seasick, so I'm not too worried. Just hopefully I'll keep the alcohol to a minimum. I'm doing that in January, as well as doing the Texas State Championship, which is now live if you want to participate in it, if you're in Texas. There's actually 2 locations. It's actually split between DFW area, and Houston, because there's so many big puzzlers in both locations. So that's actually at the beginning of February. And so there's been a few other events I have now agreed to go to, and I'll tell you about that in the future when they're finalized and I'm pretty certain I'm going. I'm definitely going to US Nationals at the end of March. I'm finalizing my team. Me and Christina are pairing up for that. We are still missing one person for our team. We do have 3 of us, Christina and I, and Shay. She is actually another black belt, and she's beaten me quite a few times now in both the Zoom competitions and in person. So I have quite a few events coming up. So that way the next Super Saturday events I might not participate in. Maybe the next one I'll do is probably next May, but we'll still see, because I can only do so many events. How did I feel about this tournament? I think we did really well. I'm very happy. I had a good time. Right after the tournament, my boyfriend and I went camping, so it was actually kind of fun, despite the weather being not so nice to us. As for this tournament, I think we smashed it. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.